Honestly, I wasn't expecting Colress and Klinklang to be a Spotlight Scout. Well, but here they are. Are they worth your gems or should you just skip? In this video, we discussed that. So with that said, strap on your seatbelts, enjoy watching. Let's do this. Cue the intro. Yo, yo, yo! This is Sol, also known as SPLGum, also known as Spatial Gum, also known as Grunt, the artist Team Skull Grunt, and this is Pokemon Masters EX, guys, where we discuss Colress and Klinklang and see if they are worth your gems. But before we get to it, guys, do not forget to hit the thumbs up as it really helps with the YouTube algorithm, as well as leave a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts about this sync pair is. And also, most of all, do not forget to subscribe so that you do not miss any of my videos. Also, don't forget your notifications, put them to all, because if you choose any other option, you still have a chance of missing out on some of my videos. But with that out of the way, guys, here we go with Colress and Klinklang. The final one. Well, technically, the final one. Not really, guys, because there's another banner after this one. And that is the Evolution banner. But we're gonna pretend that is not here right now. We're gonna discuss that later. But technically, out of the, debut sync pairs, he is the final one out of this update. Starts on November 17. That is 3 days after SYGNA N comes out. And ends the same time out of everyone, which is December 2. So you got roughly 2 weeks to scout for SYGNA N if you would wish to. SYGNA N is a Spotlight Scout, just like HUGH over here, and the Spotlight Scouts are permanent. That means any banner, most of them that comes out after December 2 are gonna include Colress in it. So if you are willing to wait, then definitely wait for the future banners. Maybe there's gonna be a Master Fair. Master Fair, I'm assuming if Master Fair comes out, it's gonna be end of the month. Just in case. I mean, I'm thinking that's gonna be the case. So if it's ever end of the month, well, Colress will not be there, but Christmas banners, I'm assuming, is gonna happen mid-month, mid-December, and definitely there's definitely gonna be Colress and Klinklang in it. The others, the SYGNA rather, SYGNA HILDA, SYGNA HILBERT, and SYGNA N are the limited units. That means if you miss out on them, they will be gone for quite a time before you're able to scout for them. So your priority list should most likely be getting the SYGNA instead of going for HUGH and Colress over here, just in case. But if you want one copy as soon as his banner comes out or during his debut banner, there is a paid route that guarantees that you get one copy plus enough custom power-ups in order to make him 6-star EX by giving him Champion Spirit. So by spending 7,500 paid gems, you have a discounted banner that guarantees you one copy as well as 3 multi-pulls plus sync orbs for him, as well as 20 custom power-ups for him, so that you get one sure copy. I think that is very worth it. But paid gems means that you have to spend money on the game, and that makes you a pay-to-play player. Free-to-play players, not recommended to go for the paid route. But if you've been spending money on the game already, and if you want to get him, then definitely consider. Anyway, guys, the kit is very interesting, as you can see over here. If you're wondering, by the way, want to see every one of these in a short discussion or something like that, you can check out my November 2022 sync pairs who to scout for video where I discuss each one of them in brief. So this is what his banner image looks like, and if you see this, congratulations, you have successfully scouted for Colress and Klinklang. I'm not sure if, you know, it's been a very long time. Pokemon Masters has been so long in the game. I'm curious, does anyone know? Because I don't. Do we have more 5 stars now compared to 3 stars? Plus 4 stars combined. Because I think that we have so many 5 stars now that 4 stars are even, I don't know. Sparks are so not trusted now. I'd never trust Sparks now. I've got quite a lot of daily discount Sparks recently. I could not get the proper featured sync pair, especially in Hilda's, SYGNA Suit Hilda's banner, as well as the monthly Pokefair banner. I'm not getting the featured unit because of how many 5 stars there are, so that I do not trust Sparks now. But again, if you see this, congratulations, you have successfully scouted for a very, very interesting sync pair with 3 different Pokemon moves. You have Thunder Wave, makes the target paralyzed. You have Screech, lowers the opponent's defense -2. And Mirror Shot, 30% chance of lowering the opponent's accuracy by 1. He has a passive skill called Ripple Effect 9. So that means if you're able to lower the opponent's stats, you get to lower every single opponent's stats. And that affects Screech and Mirror Shot. Screech lowers one opponent's defense -2. That means because of Ripple Effect 9, you get to lower everyone's defenses -2. And then you have Mirror Shot, 30% chance of lowering the target's accuracy, plus the passive skill Honor Roll 1, which doubles the chances. That means your Mirror Shot has a 60% chance of lowering the opponent's accuracy. And if you ever lower the opponent's accuracy, everyone's accuracy will be lowered. So that's a nice thing. You got a tech unit that can lower everyone's defenses and lower everyone's accuracy stat. You also have, Thunder Wave leaves one single opponent paralyzed unless you have the Go Viral 9 passive skill, which I think is available in his Sync Grid, which we were going to check out later. But you also have a passive skill called Team Critical Shock 9. This means that if you are able to paralyze the opponent and you attack an opponent that is paralyzed, you get to raise everyone's critical hit rate +1. I like this because, you know, critical hit rate, a tech sync pair that can raise critical hit rate is always a plus for me. So you can, you know, there are supports that cannot raise critical hit rate. There are good supports that do that. One of them is Fall Caitlyn, very good defender, can raise everyone's defenses, can raise everyone's attack stats, but cannot raise crit. And now you can combine Fall Caitlyn and Colress, and now Colress can be the one to raise everyone's critical hit rate, just as long as you paralyze the opponent using Thunder Wave, and then you attack an opponent using Mirror Shot, then every single time you attack, you get to raise everyone's critical hit rate. That is a nice plus for me. And we have not yet discussed his trainer move called For Science, which gives you a move gauge acceleration effect, speeds up the move gauge, as well as raises his own defense and special defense +4. Tanky sync pair with pretty decent defenses as well. So just one use of this raises your defense and special defense +4. Very good. And then his his sync move is potential surpassing gear grind, which raises or which has a built-in multiplier. If the opponent is paralyzed, this sync move will become more powerful. Now, as you might check over here, there is no way in his base kit to raise his own attack/special attack stats. But as you can see over there as well, his attack stat is 331, his special attack is a 390 at level 140, and if you decide to make him 6-star EX or at least 20 out of 20, those stats will go up to much higher. And yeah, he's quite a very strong sync pair. And one more thing to take note of is Mirror Shot is a special attack. and his sync move is a physical attack. So take note of what stats you're raising, because if you just raise your special attack, that's only powering up Mirror Shot. You have to also raise your physical attack in order to power up your sync move. So keep that in mind, guys. Now, that's basically his base kit. And now we talk about his sync grid. At 1 out of 5, you get Antitoxin and Sand Shelter, which protects you from Sandstorm, protects you from poison. Number 2, or rather 2 out of 5, you got Dizzying Power. The more the opponent's accuracy is lower, the stronger your attack is. And this builds up pretty nicely because Mirror Shot, 60% chance of lowering the opponent's accuracy. And the only attack that he has is Mirror Shot. So the more you lower the opponent's accuracy using Mirror Shot, the stronger Mirror Shot is gonna be. Which, yeah, builds in nicely. You got Force Science, MP Refresh 2 so that you give yourself another move gauge acceleration as well as maximize your defenses. You got Metallic Healing if there's a Steel Zone, which only one sync pair is able to do that, and that is Palantine's Marnie. If there's Steel Zone, you get to heal some HP when you move, or when you use Mirror Shot, when you use Screech, when you use Thunder Wave against the opponent. You got Nerves of Steel. When there is a Steel Zone and you get hit by an opponent using any attack aside from a sync move, you get to receive less damage. And then you got Pinpoint Entry 1, raises your accuracy by 1 at the start of the battle, because I'm not sure, but I think Mirror Shot does not have 100% accuracy. You got Catalyst at 3 out of 5, speeds up the move gauge immediately. You got Endurance, which gives you an Endure effect. Go Viral 9 is at 3 out of 5. So if you get this, if you use Thunder Wave, everyone will be paralyzed instead of just one opponent. And this makes, makes it easier to nuke the opponent with his sync move multiplier, which again is stronger when the opponent is paralyzed. You got Infliction Freebie 9 if you decide to use a status move, and that is either Screech or Thunder Wave, you get a free move next effect. This, in my opinion, is not that important because number 1, he only has 2 move gauge attacks. Mirror Shot, Screech, and Thunder Wave are 2 move gauge attacks. His speed stat is okay, not too bad. He gives the entire team move gauge acceleration. So in my opinion, Infliction Freebie 9 is pretty much overkill. But if you want to go for it, I mean, if you have a team that uses the move gauge crazily, 4 move gauge user, another 4 move gauge user, this might be helpful to manage the move gauge even more. Got Smokescreen Sync 2. If you use a sync move every single time, you get to lower everyone's accuracy stat. So this means that you don't just need to use Mirror Shot, you can just sync and the opponent will lower their accuracy stat. I'm not sure if this is necessary because Mirror Shot already has a 60% chance of lowering the opponent's accuracy. This should probably apply to the second sync move onwards, because I'm guessing that you will be able to lower the opponent's accuracy stat to -6 just by using Mirror Shot for the second sync move. So this should apply to the first sync move rather. First sync move and the second sync move I don't think is necessary for Smokescreen Sync 2. Next, you got Static Shock 9. If the opponent is paralyzed 90% or almost double your sync move damage. Very nice multiplier. You got Team Sentry Entry 2 at the start of the battle. Raises everyone's defenses +2. And Towering Force, the higher your defense stat is, the stronger your sync move is. Now, wanna tell you guys, this sync pair is crazy easy to set up the multipliers. Here's how it works. If you get Team Sentry Entry 2 at the start of the battle, you get +2 defense. You use his trainer move for Science to raise your own defenses +4, defense and special defense. And that means you already maximize your Towering Force because your defense stat is already max. You use Thunder Wave on the opponent, make them paralyzed. Make one or all the opponents paralyzed depending on if you get to go viral 9. And that's it. Maximum multipliers. So how many turns do you get? For Science, Thunder Wave. 2 turns, maximum multipliers. Just in case you get Team Sentry Entry 2, by the way. If you get a For Science MP refresh, that's 3 turns. For Science, Thunder Wave, 3 turns. If you get another sync pair to raise your own defenses to maximum, then that's good. Very, very, very easy to set up multipliers for Colress and Klinklang. There's no multiplier for accuracy debuffs. There's no multiplier for defense debuffs. But, you know, the lower the opponent's defenses are, the stronger your sync move is gonna be because his sync move is a physical attack. Now, take note, once you use Screech, your Mirror Shot will not power up because Mirror Shot is a special attack. Only his sync move is a physical attack. So, nothing will happen if you use Screech and you use a sync move, and you use Mirror Shot. It will not change in damage. But, again, very, very, very easy to set up sync pair. I think this is one of the easiest sync pairs to set up in terms of multipliers. Very, very nice. But now, let's check out the sync grid. And technically, and honestly, I haven't checked this out yet. So this is my first time to check out the sync grid. Let us check what is possible to get. So 1 out of 5, most likely you're able to get everything. This is Pomatos, by the way, from STDK12. Just in case you're still not familiar with this. 1 out of 5, possible to get everything. That's good. I'm gonna reset this. 2 out of 5, do we get any multipliers? We got Dizzying Power. We got Metallic Healing, Nerves of Steel. I'm gonna assume that you do not have Palentine's Marnie. So let us get this. Let us get Mirror Shot, Dizzying Power. Do I even want Screech? I will probably ignore that. How about we power up Mirror Shot? A Pinpoint Entry might be nice. And then aside from that, everything else is pretty much optional. Mirror Shot. Still enough to get a lot of things, so that is nice. 2 out of 5, we get a lot. Also, I might want to get the MP Refresh 2 instead, so let's try and get Mirror MP Refresh. I'm gonna remove something else. There you go. 2 out of 5. Nice. And the good thing about this is that there's no 5 out of 5 grids. So, we got 2 multipliers. We got Towering Force. I'm gonna get this. We got Static Shock 9 over to the top. I have to pass through Pinpoint Entry, go viral 9 Static Shock. I'm gonna get this. And we still have enough. Dizzying Power, I think, is very hard to get here. Can I get something else? Can I not get Pinpoint Entry? Can I get this instead? And let's try and go for Dizzying Power. Okay, it's also possible to go for this. But again, there are so many other ways to build this. But this is how I get all the multipliers out here. Oh, I did not get MP Refresh 2 for Science. I can ignore Dizzying Power and I get this instead. And that's also possible for the maximum multipliers, I think. Or I can remove this. I can go build up make my sync move even more powerful. I get an attack buff. And that's it. A lot of ways. Very easy to set up multipliers. You just have to paralyze the opponent. Depending on your build, you can go for Go Viral 9 or not go for Go Viral 9. As long as you paralyze the opponent, as long as you use your trainer move, and as long as you maximize your defenses, boom, instant maximum nuke damage for this guy. Don't expect a lot of DPS, but expect a lot of multipliers happening in the sync move. So, that's that, guys. That's a brief intro right now of Colress and Klinklang and what he's capable of. Again, the timeline over here, he's the last sync pair to debut in this timeline. And he ends on December 2, just like everyone else, but he's a Spotlight Scout. That means once his banner ends, he's gonna appear in future banners. So, and, you know, comparing each one of them, Colress has the highest defenses. with defense and special defense at 200, and if you decide to power him up even more, or at least make him level 150, his defenses will be above 200. This is level 140 stats, by the way. He has the lowest attack, which is, well, that's the stat that his sync move uses. But, you know, use another sync pair to buff up his attack stat, and you should be able to deal kind of easy, kind of stronger sync move damage. It's not low by any means. 331 is not low at all. But compared to the other sync pairs out here with 400 plus and 500 plus, he has the lowest attack stat. And he cannot buff his own attack stat, so you have to use another sync pair to buff his attack stat. He has pretty decent speed. HP is pretty on the low side, but not too low. But that's that. And now let us check out his grid, or rather his multipliers. So at 2 out of 5, you got dizzying power. You have a built-in, if the opponent is paralyzed, stronger sync move damage. You have static shock 9, which also involves paralysis. And you've got towering force, which if the higher your defense stat is, the stronger the damage. Again, his trainer move can +4 your defenses already. And if you get Team Sentry Entry 2, you get to raise everyone's defense stat +2 at the start of the battle. So by getting that and using his trainer move maximum, or you can just go for an MP refresh, or go for another sync pair to raise your defense stat. But again, you cannot maximize his damage until you get another sync pair to raise your own attack stat, because he cannot raise his own attack stat. And in terms of the others, well, we have discussed them already. You can check out my other videos for an in-depth discussion for everyone else. Now, we compare him with the other steel type tech sync pairs, because he is a tech sync pair. And we have these 4 other sync pairs over here. We have Colress, we have Kimono Grimsley, we have Valentine's Marnie, we have Thornton, and we have Wickstrom. Thornton and Wickstrom, 4-star sync pairs who have gotten expanded sync grids. Thornton has a 6-star EX. This guy does not have a 6-star EX yet, but, you know, I'd rather use Wickstrom as a defender rather than an attacker, because his stats, his defense stats are horribly low if he escapes from his defense form, from his shield form. So, depending on you, but his attack stats are pretty high. And if you check out all these multipliers out here, Valentine's Marnie is the only one to have Steel Zone. Thornton is an interesting one, similar to Colress. His attack is a physical attack, but his sync move is a special attack. The opposite of Colress, Colress's attack is a special attack. His sync move is a physical attack. Kimono Grimsley is an interesting one as well. Kimono Grimsley is known for his Metal Burst countering attack, which can one-shot opponents. Very, very strong. Sync move also very strong. Just have to use, I think he also has Screech. And Haymaker, the higher his attack stat is, it's easy to raise his attack stat, stronger damage. Valentine's Marnie, pecking order, lower attack stat, super effective up next. Steel Zone, Steel Zone, Steel Zone. This one, you have to lower the opponent's attack using, whatchamacallit, Shield, King Shield. Critical Strike 2 and Double Down 5 if the opponent is weak to Steel type. So, how do these convert to numbers? Again, Jack did this, so thank you, Jack, and thank you STDK12 for the tools. This one, take note, everyone supposed to have super effective up next. So, we're assuming quite a number of stuff. 1, everyone has super effective up next. 2, there's Steel Zone active. 3, the opponent's stats are minimum. And 4, every single condition there is needed to trigger all the multipliers are active. Plus 5, last one, every single tile in the sync grid is activated, which is impossible, but that should give you a nice idea of what they are capable of, probably in the future, if DNA decides to do something like that. So, these are how they convert into numbers. Valentine's Marnie has the highest sync nuke at 26M. Kimono Grimsley has the highest max attack damage. Again, not DPS, but maximum possible damage with the physical attack or with the normal attack at 16M from Metal Burst if the Metal Burst one-shots Kimono Grimsley. Colress has a pretty low attack with Mirror Shot as expected, not expecting him to deal really strong damage. But Colress has a pretty decent nuke damage that is really easy to set up. Kimono Grimsley at third, Thornton at the fourth one, Wickstrom at the fifth one with that. Wickstrom has pretty decent attack damage as well, and Thornton is the lowest out of the bunch. Alright, let's sort this out by numbers. How the top 5 attacks, normal attacks for steel type sync pairs. And once you see this, you'll notice that Colress is not even in this list. That is because Colress does not have a nice attack damage out of everyone. In fact, he's pretty low in this list. So Colress is not here in the top 5 of the attack damage. We have Kimono Grimsley number 1, Raihan number 2, Cygnus to Giovanni, why are you red? Just imagine that's black, guys. Cygnus to Giovanni at number 3, Gloria at number 4, Sol Galeo at number 5. And in terms of the nuke damage over here, Palentine's Marnie is the first one, followed by Colress, followed by Kimono Grimsley, followed by Thornton, followed by Wickstrom. But again, one thing to take note of is that everyone has to have Steel Zone. So, Palentine's Marnie is still the way to go in terms of nuke damage. There's no denying it. But Palentine's Marnie is a limited sync pair. And just in case you did not scout for Palentine's Marnie, Colress is free to play. Or he's definitely eventually gonna be free to play. You will be able to scout for him in the future no matter what. And this is a free to play sync nuker that is less reckless to use compared to Kimono Grimsley, because honestly Kimono Grimsley eventually will become a very risky sync pair. Not as risky as HUGH, but very risky to use sync pair. Colress is defensive. Colress is very easy to trigger nuke damage, and that is what makes Colress above the rest in terms of these things. So Colress, is he good or not? He's pretty good, but as of the moment, you can probably skip him right now because he is a Spotlight Scout. So, as I said, you can probably skip him, but you know, if you have paid gems available, I mean, he is a nice addition to your sync pairs. He's definitely easier to nuke compared to the others here. Kimono Grimsley, easy but risky. Colress, very easy. Thornton Wickstrom, definitely hard. Palentine's Marnie relies on Steel Zone. Eventually, Steel Zone will be gone. But Palentine's Marnie, very strong. And you have to do a couple of stuff with Palentine's Marnie before she's able to maximize everything. But Colress, 2 turns, 3 turns, maximum damage. Or maximum multipliers. As long as you're able to raise his attack stat. Because he cannot raise his own attack stat. Keep that in mind, guys. So, you know, with all the sync pairs that have come out, with all the sync pairs in this update, definitely, if you do not have enough gems, skip. But if you're a fan of Colress, I mean, he hates Getsis. Wholeheartedly hates Getsis. So if you do not like Getsis / Dennis, scout for him. Maybe. Plus, I don't know. Tell me your reasons for scouting Colress in the comment section down below, and let me know if you're not scouting as well. Do you like his kit? Before, I think in my initial commentary for these sync pairs, I thought that his kit was weird, but after analyzing everything, he has a very easy to set up sync nuke. And for free-to-play players, that's actually a good thing. But take note of the term I use, free-to-play. And by free to play, I mean that you're not scouting right now. You're willing to wait, probably in the ticket scout, sometime in the future, to be able to get 1 copy of Colress. But that's that, and you should do your scouting if you wish to scout, you know, faves over meta, as you will see in the next few slides. But now we discuss this again. And this is the EV Celebration Triple Feature Variety Scout happening on November 21. And that is the Monday after SYGNA Suit End comes out. And this honestly is a very sus banner. This is a limited time scout. And everyone does not have a 6-star EX form unless they decide to add that in the next update. Which honestly, I'm still not happy about this. I was saying that I am expecting a 5% chance of scouting for each one of them. But you guys said that is impossible because that 5% each one is very high. Now that I think about it. But, yeah. Every one of these sync pairs have expanded sync grids. Has 3 out of 5 maximum sync grids. Or rather, unlockable sync grids. And every single one is limited, as I said. And, yeah. I do not even know what to say about these sync pairs. Are you scouting in this banner? I'm scouting, but I worry that in a triple shared banner, the rates are gonna be horrendous. You know, if RNG screws with you, just like how it did with me in the 2020 summer banner reruns. There's the SYGNA Suit Lyra and SYGNA Suit, or rather, there's Summer Lyra and Summer Steven. I got 7 copies of Summer Lyra and 1 copy only of Summer Steven. And that is very, very irritating. And I worry that something like that might happen to any one of us while scouting on this banner. So this banner honestly sucks. And I hate this banner so much. But if you're scouting on this banner, let me know. And who is your choice out of the 3 of these sync pairs? Everyone can set up weather conditions / terrains upon sync. So when you sync using Lyra, you can set up Rain Dance. When you sync using Chris, you can set up Electric Terrain. And when you sync using Lucas, you can set up Sunny Day. That's the plus about them. Aside from them, everyone can do an AoE attack. I think Surf for Lyra. I'm not sure. Discharge, I think, for Chris. And Heat Wave for Lucas. I think. But correct me if I'm wrong. But, again, you know, you must be tired of hearing me say this already, but the meta always changes. And, well, Steel type meta will probably not change drastically. We have had a lot of Steel type tech sync pairs already, and honestly, Palentine's Marnie is still probably meta for Steel types. So, Steel type meta will not probably change that much. But I said Poison type meta, Ice type meta might change soon. Normal types, no comment about that. But yeah, scout for your faves. Let me know who you're scouting in this update, the final days of this update. And do you think there's going to be a Master Fair next month? Who do you think the next holiday seasonals are? Hopefully, they're not going to be generic Christmas green and red outfits. Green when 6-star EX or the other way around. It's boring. Give me some other interesting designs. Just like Holiday Seabolt. Holiday Seabolt has the most interesting holiday design out of everything. That's my opinion. You guys are free to disagree. But Holiday Seabolt has the best holiday outfit out of every single sync pair that has been released right now. Holiday sync pairs. Anyway, that's it. You can check out my disappointing gem count in the November sync pairs, or in the November how many gems can we get video. If you're watching this as a premiere, later before the release of, or rather coinciding with the release of SYGNA Suit N, we will get 3,000 gems from the rally. Yay! But that's not enough. So, If you want more gems, let us bother DNA. Just kidding. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. That's the end of my Scout or Skip video for Colress and Klinklang. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget again to subscribe if you haven't. And turn on the notifications down there. Set them to all so that you don't miss any of my videos / streams. And scouting streams and so on and so forth. And, you know, leave a comment for the YouTube algorithm. Hit the thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. And with that, if you want to support me even further, you can join the members of my channel. These awesome guys have been supporting me for the longest time, with Shadow, Phil, and Alston reaching 2 years. I'm gonna change the colors of your names very soon. Thank you very much also to my other members, Marokman, Tacman, Shidovods, Roy, Luca, Jeremy, Sasori, Marcella, Kosei, Ewiz, Tatsuya Gold, Apsaris, and Techmech for all the kindness and support. Thank you to my mods for being sus. Love you guys. And, you know, thank you for all the super chats and everything that you guys have been giving me. I appreciate it. With that said, I am done. Good luck on your scouts. This is Sol, also known as SPL Gum, also known as Spatial Gum, also known as Grunt. You're this Team Skull Grunt. I will see you in the next video.